To the
Taking water. Taking water.
I'll take earth and air.
take fire then. Awesome. You want more? Oh shit.
There's like a helicopter above my house making a scene right now. Making all sorts of helicopter noises.
Atreyu Blue Flame, if you want to purchase a reading with us, you have to click on the link provided. Should be the one that has Jack's Atlantis live readings or something like that, right? Live stream?
Oh,
yeah, live stream. Yeah. So that's how you purchase.
Ascended love, why are people crazy right now? It's a great question. It's a good question. Why do people pronounce things wrong? I wonder that all the time.
Leviosa.
It's like, that's definitely not
that was hilarious.
It's not it so much. It's so much not it. The astrology for this week is going to be really nice, though.
Holy shit. Oh my god. One more week of school, and then I start another semester.
Yeah, what a good song. I love that. Is it based off a true story?
Yes.
Oh, that's so great. I love that.
No breaks.
That's fun. Okay.
No breaks for me. God, man. Kimberly, you're fucking lying.
The Aries is like the only calm one. Like, no, yeah, I'm totally calm.
When you're sleeping, not even. They're probably flailing about, fighting somebody in their dreams.
I could see that.
Where's Mike?
I don't know. I think he's building suspense. I think he's gonna show up in like a new costume and be like, "All right, fire signs, here we go." And he has like a cape and just like fire out of his hand. Yeah, I could see that. I imagine that's what he's doing. He's preparing.
Woo. Oh, there he is.
God, is that you?
It's Angel Gabriel.
Oh, okay. Okay, what's going on?
I see you've been working with my brother Michael.
Oh, yep, you got a subtle accent again. Okay, go on.
Yes. Oh, what? Did someone else have an accent?
Yeah, God did.
Your dad.
It changed a lot. It was also pseudo-Australian is what I'm calling this accent.
Did he really? He's totally trolling. That's not even how he really sounds. That's crazy.
I see.
Totally trolling.
Oh, no, absolutely. You know what's funny to me?
What's that?
All these readers who have these angel cards, who really think they evoke our energies just because they pulled an Angel Gabriel and the Oracle card or Metatron. it's almost as if they pull the card and we're in heaven like, oh, they summoned me, I must go.
Yeah. And what's it really like?
What's it really like?
Yeah.
I mean, you're celestial yourself, brother. You know what it is, bro.
Turning this around on me, Gabriel. Come on, let's I want a direct answer out of you. What happens when someone pulls one of your cards? Does it or does it not summon you?
I mean, I won't deny the presence of familiar spirits who
And that's a
like
yes.
them.
That's just a very long
No,
saying yes.
No. I mean,
hard.
I won't deny that imposters may act like me and may think that, they may act like the Gabriel and but I don't know. I'm not used to trading cards and
cards.
they have me looking white too. Since when was I white and pasty?
Whoa.
It's kind of interesting. I don't even have a tan.
Huh.
You don't even have skin.
Whoa. Well, what's your message for the collective today?
Oh, you know what? That's a very good question. A lot of people are still dying around the world. If there was a message that I had,
you are the messenger of God. You know that, right?
Right. Like this feels like your payroll. Like this is like within your wheelhouse.
If there's a message that I have, it's wash your goddamn hands and just,
The message?
use soap when you wash your hands. And when you're washing your hands, just feel the water on your hands and, be receptive to the water around you because you're made up of water. And when you think of that, then you think of the ghost babies and the children who had to die for you to get where you're at. And you do that by washing your hands.
We killed the ghost.
Time out. No, hold on. Children had to die so that I could get where I was? What are you talking about? What?
See, it's a dark side of
not me. I did not sign up for that. Okay, go on.
It's a dark side of life that you might not really be aware of. But I mean,
I wasn't.
Think about how
are you really
right
Gabriel?
now.
You're talking.
This sounds like Fabriel. Fabriel
that's what I'm saying, my friends. You read these articles or hear about how Gabriel's supposed to be, and you think we're supposed to sound and look a certain way, and and I start telling the truth. It's a bit too dark. All right,
you're going more and more Captain Jack Sparrow. Like as everything goes on, just feels drunken and sort of.
It's because I'm talking about ghost babies. It changes your accent when you talk about.
You've been having a little bit of rum there as well.
Maybe. Yes, alcohol is not yet approved in the fourth heaven. But right. That was my exact reaction too. It made no sense.
It for sure doesn't.
Nah. It is what it is. But
how is it not approved when Jesus?
Right. There's a whole situation. It's like
he turned water into wine on earth, not in heaven. It's common misconception. That's the thing there.
But it makes you feel like you're in heaven when you're, drunk.
Yeah, you know what? That is very true.
And it makes you honest. Makes you tell the truth.
That is very true. Adrenochrome is real, my friends.
Adrenochrome, man.
Yes.
Whoa, this just took a turn again. Okay, adrenochrome. What's going on with adrenochrome?
Let's turn back around.
Right. God is recalling his angels for the celestial war that's going on right now, especially you Libras. You thought you could dodge the draft and live this human life.
What? What are you talking about?
We're calling you back.
I have no idea what you're talking about, man.
Dodge the draft.
You see, you Libras found out you can be famous and popular here. Calling you back for your celestial duties. All right. Thank you very
Well,
much.
anyways, we really appreciate you being on the show, Gabriel. And
Calling you out, Libra.
you go ahead and bring Michael back up.
Yeah, timing is amazing. He's already here.
Oh, what? Oh, hey, Michael. I missed you, man. Oh, there was an angel here a second ago.
Did I miss
Yeah,
another?
you gotta watch the playback. It's
God
crazy.
damn it.
Jack Sparrow, Gabriel Angel here. So.
Wow. Damn it.
Always miss out on
That was
this
the best.
one,
I love these surprise
Coming to
skits.
visit us.
These skits are the greatest. They keep my improv skills sharp.
That's what's up. Wow. Oh, okay. I'll start with fire. Perfect.
Oh yeah, just like prophesied. Go on.
All right. So, what if Jesus was British? That's hilarious. All right. He would turn water into scotch. All right.
Or into, what's it, mead?
Mead. All right. Fire.
Yeah, it'd be me.
We have the Mars and Aries card. The world is in your hands. I came into a stunning realization last night, especially concerning this card. So Aries, I know this applies to you for sure. I split the deck, by the way, and I got this. So someone might be hitting you with a proposal, fire, especially Aries. Someone might be hitting you up about their independent business. And it's basically going to be Mark Zuckerberg before he hit the jackpot. So you're dealing with people who have startup ideas that are literally going to be bigger than life, but it's not there yet. Like it hasn't blown. So I think that's why they know that you can kind of like move something with them. But yeah, so the Two of Wands is a smartphone. There's everything in your smartphone. There's 12-year-olds with more advanced devices than even I have. And fire, did you know on your smartphone, there's an app where people can deliver food to you. You can get chauffeured around like a boss. You can video conference people from opposite parts of the world, all on your phone. There are satellites that aliens use to spy on, for GPS positioning that locate your position right now. So that's really the message for you, fire. Like you got the literal world in your entire hands. And this week is about discovering and determining like what you want to do with it. What do you want to do with it? And then I got this. I was going to say this is Aries, this is Leo, and this is Sag, but this actually just seems to be one message. Once again, this is kind of like an echoing of what I said before about someone showing you an idea. So the Page of Pentacles might be how they approach you. And then later you realize, holy shit, they're the Queen of Pentacles. They got a lawyer. They got non-disclosure agreements. Holy shit, like they're actually legit. But yeah, that's really kind of like the theme. Six of Wands is a lot of you stepping into success. But let me actually pull this. So Aries. Shout out to Kimberly. We got the Justice card. Aries, justice is on your side. And the Queen of Pentacles represents somebody who's covering your bases. I was going to say covering your ass, but that just didn't sound right. But she's definitely making sure that like you're on point. So that think of her as like a manager or a lawyer so that you can just focus on expressing yourself. Also, the Queen of Pentacles represents you stepping into your 10th house. So justice is like the law's on your side. Justice is saying that this week you're getting all the paperwork and the legal documents ready. You're getting everything necessary to make official decisions. But I feel like justice is also like you're going to be minding your business, and like people who have wronged you are getting their karma. That's not even really how justice works, but this is kind of what I want to express your way, because I think it's going to work like that for you because it's your seventh house. And, you know, Libra does not play that. So, Leo, we have the Two of Cups. You are getting it in. Freaky deaky. Love and trust. Oh shit. This is to die for. This is a very transformative relationship. So if you're single, Leo, you're not gonna be single this week. Oh. Yeah, this relationship is going to kill you actually, because it's going to introduce life-changing themes in your life that you can look back on weeks from now and be like, holy shit, this relationship changed my whole life. But honestly, I'm going to just not pussyfoot around my intuition and say what I initially picked up. Leo, you're having a hierogamy with death, Mistress Death or Mr. Death, carrying forth the life force principle. This is going to be juxtaposing you in relationships with the death force and proponents of any like grim reapers you meet. So have fun with that. I really get the sense there's like a primordial sense of this for you. So if you identify with like being the light, Leo, I think you're gonna attract the soulmate who's like the dark. Not evil or anything, but really the yin to your yang. Sagittarius, we also have the Queen of Pentacles and the Justice card. So that to me, I believe, is pretty much the same as Aries, but you stepping into your second house, and also making sure that paperwork is right. I'm going to pull another one. Yep. So we got the Nine of Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles. So you're getting into your bag. Oh my fucking God, you're making a lot of money and success. This is actually ridiculous. So we have the Justice. This is the World. You're going to be dealing with some huge contracts. And I get the sense that you've gotten the attention of people who were scared shitless about what you do because it's so unorthodox, but they see you made it work. And so now they want in. They're like, holy shit, like she actually knows what she's doing. This is amazing. And I specifically say she too, because we got the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. So this is really beautiful. This week is about just stepping into a new cycle of like higher income earning. And I am complete.
Beautiful. And now we take a look at water. Water. You start off with the Hanged Man. So over the course of this next 7 days, the number one thing you're going to want to do is recognize your emotions without being owned by them. It feels like not only are you going to have a lot of flashbacks and memories from the past and people from the past and communications from the past and everything coming back from the past, but the whole point is how it's supposed to represent like a juxtaposition between what you are now, who you've become, how far you've gotten forward from where you started. The point is not that this cycle has to come back and that you then, you are going to be pulled back, or that the progress that you've made will be rendered worthless. If you're scared that any of the things that you're stepping into right now, like there's no possible way it can actually manifest into this, like don't even step into that vibration. The Hanged Man is basically saying like this evolution of character is something that can permeate into basically the death cycle is what comes next. Like death is what comes next. And after, when you finally die and are reborn as the new character that you are, There are still times where you'll have slip ups, where you'll have issues and things come up, but you're never going back to who you were if you allow that to be. And if instead you insist that you will be that same person, then it's just not the kind of prophecy you want to get yourself caught into. To me, it's like, it's all about prophecy for the water signs right now. You guys are constantly creating and living up to the prophecies that you're building, even the smallest statements. So just remember, if you're the prophet, the perfect prophet for your own destiny, make sure that you're making some good prophecies. Cancer's starting off, you've got the Chariot card. So you're in this position right now where you're trying to keep things on track. You have basically started a new life for yourself. And the craziest thing of all happened, things started to work. And they not only started to work, they started to work quickly. And you thought that this was going to be long-term investment. You were under the impression that all of this time and effort you were putting into this would be a long, arduous journey. And in a way, you are more comfortable with the idea of it being difficult than you are with the concept that some of this is going to be extremely short-term payoff. And so you're going to have to be able to cope with the fact that it's moving fast and that you have that good coming in, and that you still have to basically keep things consistent like you were originally planning. Because now that things are going surprisingly well and you hadn't prepared for that, it's a matter of now like keeping the emotional balance of it. You obviously don't want to get caught too deeply within the dream state or in the 12th house. And you obviously don't want to be, basically stuck in the 6th house, and you don't want to be stuck in reality. So now is definitely the time for you to let yourself live your dream and still be very aware of what's going on around you in a clear way. And it's funny because then we have the Taurus energy, another fixed energy, the Hierophant card for the Scorpios. Scorpios, like, you're in this position right now where you're just feeling so much compassion for other people. So like your empathy is so strong. And it's weird because it almost feels like this past 2 months, you've had a lot of times where it's almost like you felt distant when everyone else was feeling together. And now you're starting to feel together while everybody is almost like feeling this urge, the desire for distance. And so for you, you're in this position right now where, understand, any person you're giving gifts to, first of all, when you do that for someone, when you go out of your way, you give them your help, you give them your assistance, your love, your time, your energy, the most valuable things in the world. When you do that, if they're not appreciating it, it's not your responsibility to continue giving it. It never was, but it especially isn't right now. Like, if you're doing that, you will not be able to give to yourself what it is you need, and you will not be able to give things of the highest quality to the people that actually deserve it, who are there with you over time, purely out of the love of their heart. That, instead of the people who like need you, what about the people who want you? The people that want you in your life, the people that you want in your life. The Hierophant card is saying, give people the highest quality of your love, time, and attention, but understand that if they're not appreciating it, then walk elsewhere. You don't have to be stuck to that church as the Hierophant character. You don't have to be like chained within that building. You get to go and travel freely. And as far as the Pisces, it's so funny. We have the Moon card, the Pisces energy. So we have another mutable energy now. So with the Moon card for the Pisces, you are stepping, I think, into the deepest part of the Hanged Man energy that is applying to all the water signs. I think that you're going to essentially feel the trembling energy of the deepest depression possible, which sounds scary, but the reality is, the whole point is, you're going to recognize some of the darkest emotions in the collective, because right now we need to have a genuine understanding of that, not the pretend understanding. Like, we have so many people right now who are being realistic about everything, and we've got a ton of people who are being incredibly emotional to the degree where it's not helping them, it's not helping anyone. So we've got all of these people that are going into these extremes, and it's almost like by you settling down to the true bottom of the ocean and, sort of sitting on the sand under the water with all that pressure on you, yeah, you're going to observe the darkest darkness, but the whole point of that is that, you find something and you're not sure what it is, but you have faith as you swim up to the top of the water. And once you get there, it's like you realize there's this priceless jewel that's been hardened by the pressure of the ocean. So, like, let yourself explore that darkness right now, and don't make the mistake of trying to turn on the light or avoid being in that. You have to be in that so that you can bring that jewel up to the surface. So anyways, it feels really powerful. The water signs, you guys have got like a whole journey right now. I feel like you guys are going to be listening to like lots of really deep and soul music, and at the same time sudden bursts of like intense passion. So it's weird. It's hard to tell where the fire ends and the water begins, but it's a lot of it.
Awesome. So I got air signs and earth signs. We're gonna start with air first. So you guys got an intense week. Got a lot of choices. Got a lot of movement that's gonna happen with the Tower card. Okay. It feels like there are things that are inevitable, things that are just need to change. You know, and this has a lot to do with relationships with other people. It feels like there's going to be confrontations when it comes to being more expressive of your needs, especially because it feels like water, air signs are just like, whatever, you know, like I don't like to dive deep into my emotions, you know, and so it feels like this week it's going to be like, well, too bad, you're going to have to face some things. So the first one is with Aquarius, the Princess of Pentacles. So with you, you'll benefit from it if you finally decide to choose to be upfront and direct. I mean, Aquarius doesn't never have a problem with that, but it feels like with certain people in your life, you can't be direct because they kind of like gaslight you. So with the Princess of Pentacles, what is showing, it's the Page of Pentacles, that you're learning from these people. You're learning how to maneuver your words, how to actually confront them in the way that they will stop gaslighting you and they'll finally listen. Okay. It feels like there is a transformation that's going to happen with this Aquarius because you're going to grow a little bit from these interactions. But it has to happen because you've had it in the back of your mind for a very long time that, hey, things need to change. Things need to change. You haven't confronted this certain person yet, but you've thought about how the scenario is going to play out in your mind when you were going to start. Okay. And so with the Tower, it's going to help you. It's going to give you that extra push. It's kind of like you can't really stop. Like the universe is like, you have to do it. You have to do it. Okay. So that's for Aquarius. For the next one is Libra, the Nine of Cups. So this is why you have to be this way. You have to be direct with what you really want. You already have in your mindset, you already know exactly what direction you're going, but who's going to come with you? So you have to ask those questions now more than anything. It's like, who wants a part of this, you know, party? You know, like, who wants to party with me? Who wants to come with me? Who wants to see me? You know, who has had my back? And now we're rising together. Like you definitely have to dissect those relationships, Libra. Like who is going to come with you to the top, okay? Because there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I'm afraid if Libra, you know, gets too high up there, they're going to leave me behind. And so they're doing a lot of things to you, Libra, to make you feel or belittle you or make you feel like you can't leave them behind or guilt you into staying or remaining, you know, little Libra, you know. And so it feels like the Nine of Cups is going to give you that freedom, the freedom to express yourself, the freedom to be like, you know what, I am here to conquer the world, and if you're going to come with me, then go ahead, but you're not holding me back again. Okay, so these confrontations are happening for you guys. Okay, and so the next one is for Gemini, the Knight of Cups. So this is confrontation of the heart. This is about being realistic, like not realistic, but emotional, like really digging deep into your heart and your soul and what is it that you want in a partner. Like it feels like the universe is like, here's one, here's another, here's another, here's another. Like you have millions of choices, Gemini, but now the Tower is like, you have to fucking choose. Like you have to really dig deep. You have to really dig deep and be like, okay, universe, I made up my mind. Either I want a person like this, or I'm cool with being by myself. Okay, so what is it that you really desire, Gemini? Because it's time to make up your mind. Because first you're like, yeah, I'm all about it. And then later on you're like, oh no, clingy. Like you're just like, fuck that. So it's time. The universe is like, stop playing fucking games, Gemini. Stop playing games. All right. Why? Because at the end of everything, you guys got judgment of rebirth. Okay. Wow. Rebirth, a new beginning. all right, an opportunity to finally create out of all of the tower, taking all that crap away because you need it to be taken away. And so with judgment, it's like, hallelujah, we are reborn into the cycle, into the world that we definitely wanted to create a long time ago. All right, so that's what I have for air signs. So next one is Earth. Yeah, it's an intense week with that Scorpio moon. I kept hearing Scorpio, Scorpio. It's gonna hit you guys. Scorpio is the tower. Like emotions. Tap into your emotions, guys. All right. Ooh. Nice. Earth signs, man. You guys got it good. Let's see. One more. Oh, okay. Well, some of you guys got it good. All right. So Earth signs, I got the World for you. Okay. The World. Woo! Yeah. So for Taurus, the Page of Swords. What I'm hearing is you have to be more like, you have to learn a new skill. Like there is definitely a need for you to move on from your current path and learn something new. It's all about higher education for you, Taurus. It feels like you're marketing yourself. It's a strategy for that so that you can make more money. Okay. It feels like what you were at or what you were comfortable with is no longer available. Okay. You can't turn back the hands of time, Taurus. You can't get stuck in that rut. You can't, everything's changing. Okay. Everything's changing because it's time for you to be like, all right, I am, you know, the Earth sign. I am the creator, the manifester of material wealth. And you need to actually own that, Taurus. Okay. So that's why it's important for you to finally look at different avenues of approach when it comes to owning that. All right. What can you do to make more money? What can you do? You have to learn a new skill. You have to maybe take a course that is going to certify you in something awesome, you know, whatever. But it's time for you to finally get the world that you deserve or created. Okay, so that's what I have for Taurus. So I got for Capricorn is the Six of Cups. So I feel like Capricorn is gonna be a little bit of a struggle, but I feel like at the same time they love the challenge. Like they fucking thrive in it. A lot of the what I'm gathering for Capricorn is more about business relationships. Like I feel like they have this sense of like, okay, this is exactly what I want to do. These people are going to be the ones to help me. But it also feels like you're kind of like diverting back, like away from your heart, like what it is that you are passionate about. What is it that you really want to create instead of like trying to, you know, be the best of the best all the time. So it feels like it's time for you to kind of like look back at your life, like do an accountability of the past relationships that you had, maybe romanticize a little bit about like the past, seeing that you are being driven for success, but also you are lacking in you know, a connection to other people. It's more like business mind. So Capricorn, you got to take a little bit of a step back and be like, okay, so why, like ask the questions, why am I not, you know, satisfied? Why am I not happy right now? And so when you start asking these questions, you're going to be pulling in those people who will make you happy, like help you make yourself happy, not make you happy, because it's up to you. And so the world is your oyster, and you know that, but there's something missing, Capricorn, and you know what it is. It is that love that you desired, that perfect partnership, the romance, the passion, you know, all that stuff. It's just, it leads back to that. It's a remembrance of how it used to be when you were a teenager, like, oh, I have a crush, you know, things like that. So it's kind of like that, so that it could drive and can reignite your passion again. Okay, so that's what I have for Capricorn. So I have the Nine of Swords for Virgo. So Virgo, what's going on? Like, what's up, Virgo? Oh my God. I feel like Virgo, you've had a lot of like uphill battles, but it feels like you have to have time to really, really understand why. Like, why did you place yourself in these situations? Why did you choose that path? And everything is always a culmination of success for you, though. Like, there's always a challenge, one after the other, after the other, after the other. It's kind of like they're showing me like a Hercules with his like many, like the trials of Hercules, you know, the pillars of Hercules. They're showing me that for you, Virgo. It's like, here's one fighting a fucking monster and then come back, oh, maybe I'll have a little bit of peace. No, here's another monster you gotta fight. And so it's just continuously fighting, or, you know, progressing in that way where things are just getting more like progressively more difficult for you. But it's building character at the same time, because this is a cruel world. It's not, you know, butterflies and rainbow. And so you already know this. And that's why you're really strong mentally speaking, that you know you can persevere. You're like Hercules, like, yeah, like fucking bring it on. But you also need a little bit of like time to analyze why, you know. And so that's like, you have your eye on the prize, like the world is what I want. So that's why you chose this rough path. And that's why you're like, okay, now when am I going to have this? When am I going to create this in my life? When is it going to really manifest where I finally find peace? I finally find success. I finally find, you know, the perfect partnership, the, you know, the perfect family, things like that. So it feels like Virgo is still going to be a little bit longer than expected, but it's definitely gonna happen, okay? So don't lose hope. It feels like it's definitely time for you to re-eval a little bit and see what direction you can head to give you a little bit of a break. But also understand that at the end of everything said and done, you're gonna have the world, and no matter what, okay? So that's what I have for Virgo.
Beautiful. And well, now we are going to open up. Apparently, there's orbs around you. Now we're gonna open up.
Yeah, they're like showing up on the camera. I saw them. I'm like, hey, little fairies, what's up?
We're gonna open up for live readings right now. I have the link in the description below, and I think we should have at least 30 minutes of hardcore live reading. So
Hardcore live reading.
Hardcore live readings.
oh yeah.
All right, everybody, prepare for these.
Wear protection.
They're called hardcore for a reason.
Oh yes.
Hardcore.
Parkour.
Hardcore, that's why. All right, so our first one is Miss Brittany Farrell. And she wants a one-card reading from each of us.
Ooh, Brittany. Hit me, baby, one more time. That's exactly what like pops in my head when I hear.
Yeah, that song's based off a true story.
Like,
oh.
I remember when it came out, I was like, is she telling them to hit her? That was a kid, okay? I was like, what?
You mean weird. That's not what she's telling them to do?
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Damn it.
I was like, is she? Like, no judgment. Like,
define hit. Define hit.
Hit like let's
can I see the face again? Yeah, can you do that?
Let's get some
there we go. Yeah. Sagittarius size.
Well, she is the Sagittarius too.
Yeah, that's true.
StariAri is secretly Britney Spears. That would make so much sense.
Shout out to Aaron.
Yeah. Why?
What?
Oh, Brittany has a question. She says, I love to know if it's in my best interest to try to break my lease and move.
Move, my friend. Before Venus retrograde.
Yeah, actually, literally, I would say, yes, like hardcore. Check it out.
There you go.
King of Cups. Yeah, this isn't like you are essentially in a place where with King of Cups has people come to them for advice. And so they have to not discourage the people from getting advice, but encourage them to empower themselves and to build their own kingdom. And so you're in this place right now, you need a new kingdom. You've got to go out and build your own kingdom. And it feels like it's a physical and metaphorical thing. So yes, move. That's what I say. And soon too. I would assume it would be what? Around, like, you'll want to have a really serious idea about this, at least in Cancer season. So yeah, you're a couple months away.
Let's see.
I'll go next if you don't mind.
Oh, I mind.
Bad.
I mind so hard.
So hard. So I got the 8 of Winter. This is the 8 of Swords. Okay. Definitely move. Okay. You have what it takes to, prosper on your own. You don't need anybody. You don't need anyone to assist you with finances, things like that. It might seem like you do, but you really don't. So it feels like it's time for you to definitely believe in yourself, definitely believe in your potential to succeed without assistance from a roommate or someone else. I feel like your family is definitely going to assist you though. Like if they understood what you were living through, they would be like, yeah, we're going to help you. Like, here's, first month's rent, things like that. So it feels like you definitely have people who will help you to get out of that situation that you're in. And it's time for you to do it. Okay. So that's what I get for you, Brittany.
All right.
You believe in you, but now your credit score.
Brittany, we have the Hierophant and the 9 of Pentacles. So 9 of Pentacles is definitely talking about your financial situation flourishing based on everything that you instill now. The Hierophant could even be a spirit guide for you that's like a priest putting you on with sacred wisdom. How do I say this though? There's a sacred order too to how you'll be manifesting your income. But I get that the Hierophant card is like a new science, a science / religion that you're going to be in a system that you're going to be really adopting. And you know what? Maybe this is facilitated with the move too, because it's like embarking on a new environment will bring in like a lot of this new wisdom. But I also pick up, as soon as you move, you're like, even if you work the same job, you're just going to get so much more money. It's picking up the feng shui principle. Now I'm picking up the Hierophant is also feng shui. That's probably the science religion you're going to be picking up, and that's going to really just increase the hell out of your heaven out of your life.
That makes total sense. And there is such an emotional aspect to this decision as well, which is so weird. Like, for both me and Ari, it was very watery. And so even with what you just got and sort of the beautification of Taurus, like, it's like there's just so many decisions that it feels like it needs to be made out of the heart.
I feel like the Tin Man when you say
what? You are the Tin Man.
All I need is a heart.
Those readings I gave Gemini and Capricorn.
Right. I was like, damn, these goddamn cup cards.
Processing, feeling.
Processing.
Fleet floor.
Oh, goodness.
I just want to see Jax do the robot.
Let's just say that's coming this summer. I'm going to do my first dance instruction video, and you know what the first technique I'm going to teach is? The robot.
Yay!
I'll show you my version of it. Let's just say little something extra.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. I'm the only person that's ever mixed belly dancing with the robot. And let's just say it's gonna blow your fucking mind.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Yes, you got me there.
Don't look at me. I'm just the messenger. My body is just the envelope that God sends messages through. You know.
Right.
So speaking of which, our next reading is Leah. I was waiting for Ari to crack. I was like, come on, Ari, crack, come on. Leah.
And I'll just rap behind you. Yeah, okay.
Boy. Yeah. Fucking ruined that song so hard to this day. Still can't listen to that song the same. Oh yeah, so Leah has a 3-card reading. And so Leah, do you have a question for us?
She's a danger checks Atlantis.
What?
Is it Leah free spirit or?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that a fire emoticon? Okay.
Yeah, it's like a fiery something.
I like that. That's cool. Oh, Leah, I was just waiting on a question, by the way, if you have one. If not, general's fine. Music while we're waiting, making a song.
Making a song.
I'm also releasing an album this summer.
Called Making a Song?
Yeah, it's called Making a Song. I'm the new Christina Aguilera.
Oh my God. Fabulous.
What the heck is going on?
Oh, Jack, you should have done that meme that I requested. Everybody's like, what's your like #1 hit coming out or whatever. Remember?
For what year? For what year? Let me see.
It's supposed to be your month and day of birth and then your zodiac sign. So who featuring whatever artist. I think I was.
Oh, I didn't go through all that. Yeah, I don't know.
Mine was it Smells Like Crack or something like that, featuring J-Lo or something like
yeah, I could see that.
What?
It was some weird shit like that. I was like, what? I think yours was it something sexy? I forgot. Yours was sexy something. I don't know. Legend. Sexy Legend.
Oh yeah, with featuring Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Niche.
Featuring Britney Spears, Sexy Legend.
So we have a 3-card for Leah, so let's take a look.
What are you talking about, Brittany? I see my name being mentioned.
All right.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Leah. So you have got, first of all, the Fool. So for the Fool energy, you're in this place right now where the thing you have to do the most is be open to new experiences, opening your mind to new ideas. With the Fool energy, you're in this place where you're between the world and that mastery and that perfect manifestation, and then the Magician again, which is just raw potential. So you're in this place right now, and the greatest wisdom you can find is just the openness to new wisdom, being open to a new way that the world will manifest itself, and understanding the mastery you gained in the past is you have to be put back into the role of apprentice. And so the Fool has an open mind in order to even get there, and being open to learning new things. And so to me, that's connected to the 7 of Wands directly. 7 of Wands is next, and it's talking about the perseverance and sort of the risk of not exactly knowing how things are going to pan out, but still taking action anyways. I think you're going to be called to take action and then have all this silence, and you're going to be wondering like if you made the right decision or not. And during that time, you might want to question yourself or go back on your choice, but it's so important that you trust in yourself and that you trust in the universe, because the result, if you stick with it, Virgo style, 10 of coins, you basically are going to be in this position where you're able to propagate an entirely set of new experiences for yourself, new opportunities, new things that you're learning, new creative practices, and it's going to be so powerful. So keep an open mind, take the leap of faith on yourself. And if you do this, it's going to manifest in the physical so ridiculously, seriously fast and strong that you just won't be able to avoid it. You won't be able to look away from it. It'll be incredible. So let that energy flow.
Wow. Three cards.
See.
Gotcha.
Is this sledgehammer?
Where? Oh. Boom. Okay. Boom. All right. Leah. So, Leah, we have this card's coming up a lot. We have Venus and Virgo. You stepping into incredible manifestation. There's a grand Earth trine happening right now, and so I see this as developing currently, but you're definitely innovating your manifestation potential, and you're setting yourself up for 6 hardcore months of being rich, but really just like making a lot of money. And this might be more passive income and money that you already had saved. And then, yeah, this is just you stepping into really big affluence. The Hierophant, the Two of Wands, and the Six of Wands is really operating on a much more independent and powerful entrepreneurial position. These are all masculine archetypes too, so it could be someone you're working with, but I see this as you. And this could be a organization you'll come to represent, an ambassador. But the Six of Wands is saying that the outcome of this is victory. And whatever plans you're really, organizing are going to really see you out with greater recognition, which is awesome.
Cool.
Yes.
All right, Leah. So I got the Five of Autumn, which is the equivalent of the Five of Pentacles. So they're asking you to, if you need help with anything, you have to ask for it. It feels like you've been doing everything for everyone else and you haven't had time to do things that you want to do. It also feels like there is definitely some wanting to change your situation at home. Also like wanting to kind of like your situation at home, meaning like your finances as well as your security, things like that. Anything that makes you feel like you are progressing in life and makes you feel like you are doing a good job, things like that. So they're asking you, okay, it feels like you're overwhelmed. It feels like there is definitely a need for you to take a little bit of a breather and to ask for assistance when necessary, okay? Because you can't just take on everything for everyone at the same time as trying to fix things at home. There seems to be like upcoming repairs for the house, things like that it just feels like you're gonna get overwhelmed. And so your community is there are things that you can go out there to try to apply for financial help or even help with certain like plumbing or repairs, things like that like assistance with that. So that's what I'm hearing that you feel like you're being pulled everywhere at once, and there are things that are in the back burner that need to be helped in this present moment. Okay. The next one I got is the 3 of spring, and this is the equivalent of the 3 of wands. So it's about a plan, having a plan, okay, for the future, for whatever it is that you want to create, anything that you want to finally stabilize, okay, or help you become more stable at home. Having patience, you have an abundance of patience. All right. There feels like there are things coming in, things that are going to help you with that, making your mind up, with finding a satisfaction in the work that you do. It does feel like there's going to be opportunities for you to have a different position than you have right now, possibly like a voluntary position, like that eventually leads to a leadership role in your community. There's just a lot of opportunities coming up, okay? And then you have the next card was the Prince of Summer. This is the actual Knight of, no, not the Knight. Yeah, it is the Knight. Okay, the Knight of Cups. There's going to be a situation where there's going to be a person that you're going to meet that is very, very romantic, very charismatic, very kind of like influential, very flirtatious, but they kind of like wear their heart on their sleeve. Okay, it's kind of like similar to you. It feels like there's going to be opportunity for a romantic, like, you know, like little rendezvous, things like that. But they're kind of giving you a little reminder to stay grounded. Like stay grounded during this emotional time, and make sure that you understand who this person really is deep down inside. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Leah.
All right, and next we have Monica.
Monica. Card.
3 card, yeah.
Ooh.
Wait, hold on.
There's more.
Yep, 3 card. Okay.
She says she's open to any channeled messages that come through for her.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Tweet card.
So Monica, for you a 4th card came out, so I'm just going to assume it's part of the message right away. So starting off, we've got the Judgment card, and my tarot cards fell everywhere. That's fine. That's fine. So first of all, we have the Judgment card, and Judgment is basically saying that now's the time to walk through a new door, but in order to do that, you actually have to close the old door. If, for example, in the form of relationships, like you are wanting to start something new with somebody and like really invest in it, it has to be closed from that past relationship. Like that has to be closed truly in your heart. If you want it to be, but it's not, and you still are harboring like a lot of emotion about that, it's definitely time to close that door. And that applies to literally all types of relationships in your life right now, even your relationship with certain types of education and certain things that you want to start focusing on. You can't step into this new role if there's still part of you that doubts yourself. The old doors have to be closed so that this new door can open. But the thing is, this new door opening, which, I mean, symbolically, you have the full moon here. So I'm assuming this is all going to basically reach a crest for you as soon as we hit the Scorpio full moon. But essentially, the form that this takes is a 4-cornered change of life. This is literally the 4 corners of each part of the energy of the swords, the wands, the cups, and the coins. So you have this upheaval and basically like all this entire garden of energy that just blooms out of nowhere. Now, the one thing about this, though, is just because the world is moving fast doesn't mean that you should. Ironically, the Knight of Swords is saying that while things are moving forward from you, or for you so fast in the external, you will have to slow down your pace with each and every step. And you'll have to, because otherwise, if you're going fast along with this fast energy, it's just too much, basically. It creates too many potential areas for risk where there didn't need to be a single risk at all. And then finally, the Queen of Wands, action no matter what. No matter how much you're slowing down your action, it still has to be action. You can't be in a state where you put yourself in the mastermind kind of planning energy. Like right now is not time for that. It's time to act on what you know, because you know more than you think. Inaction is the only thing that is truly dangerous to you right now. So I would just act no matter what, to do so in a very calm pace, and to recognize that if you can close the old doors, you can have an entire planet of what it is that you want from life. You can have that now. Like, you're ready for that. So I think it's a big breakthrough. I think it's, you know, kind of magical to be represented as Judgment and then the progressed card, the universe. That's like a really powerful major arcana combination. So anyways, I think that you probably feel that level of importance in your life right now, but that it just needed some validation or confirmation in that area.
Beautiful. All right. Let's see.
You want me to go, or are you gonna go, Mike?
I can go after you.
Okay. So, Monica, I pulled the Prince of Autumn, which is the equivalent of the Prince of Pentacles, like Jax. I used to say Zach. Jack said, slow your roll. Just kidding. Just like take your time. You know, there's a lot of things that you are creating. It feels like there's definitely like these beautiful ideas that you have, and it's time for you to kind of like start to put them into motion, but also understand that it takes, you know, a while for things to progress, but it's going to be worth it at the end, because this is kind of like a long-term progression, long-term goal thing. Okay. It feels like it's definitely going to lead to a lot of abundance coming in, a lot of money, a lot of like things that you've wanted for a very long time, but it hasn't been at your, you know, like kind of like at the forefront right now, because a lot of situations have happened to deter you, but it feels like you are definitely taking the proper steps for that future to be actualized. All right. The next one that I got for you is the Six of Spring, and this is the equivalent of the Six of Wands. So you're going to have really great news coming in. There's going to be because of your choices, the choices that you're making, there's going to be definitely success, definitely recognition from those things that you've kind of like started working on. A lot of people are going to see this as an opportunity to kind of like give you, you know, like the props that you deserve. It feels like there's going to be a lot of public recognition too, like oh my god, look at her, she's so freaking awesome, like she did all this stuff or whatever. But yeah, there's going to be like really like rewards flooding in. Okay. The next one that I got for you, and this is the Prince of Winter, which is the equivalent of the Prince of or the Knight of Swords. So this is going to be kind of like like a little bit of a break, a little bit of a breather, but it's more of like a impulsive type of energy. I feel like you're gonna meet someone that's gonna be like, let's have some fucking fun, you know, let's go over here, let's learn some stuff over here. And like, it feels like they're definitely gonna give you that intellectual stimulation that you've desired for a very long time. It also like giving you like kind of like that need for adventure, a little bit of like having a little bit of a break from all the monotonous like planning that you've been doing. But they are also going to help you be more decisive. Okay, they're going to help you you know, make the choices that you need to make, but like instantly, you know, things like that. So it's definitely a big change that's happening soon, and these people or this person that's coming in is going to help you with those transitioning with this or going with the flow with the changes. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Monica.
Monica, we have with this 8th house energy, pause. Only because you're ready to move forward with amazing ideas, but the vision I have, it's just an analogy, right? But it's like you have to wait for like 3 or 4 people to join you first, or you just need to wait for certain circumstances to develop first, and then you can move forward. So everything's kind of accounted for. Oh shit, this is amazing. So we have Temperance, the 2 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. There's a spiritual awakening coming in. This is talking about you balancing finances and income streams, playing with your money, and multiplying your income. But it's like you're working your magic and it's drawing in this ace to you. And this ace is I see as figurative of your progressed Scorpio sun transit, and really, you know, stepping deeper into new love as well. That Temperance 2 of Pentacles vibe, I also feel kind of resonates with, okay, if I pull 2 more cards, I also see the Ace of Pentacles and the Fool. So it's like a totally new endeavor. It's like and this for you is going to be what leads out into this 9th house Gemini transit for you. So there's a lot of super exciting new energy for you, which is amazing. Congratulations. Indeed.
Who's next?
Oh, no big deal. Just Heidi.
Oh, snap.
Wait, I think it's Heidi. Let me see. Heidi or Atreyu? I do not know. You're definitely someone. For sure someone. 1 card pull for someone.
I'll go first.
Oh, really?
Haha, take it.
You know what? I was about to say, you know what? You should go first because I say so. Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. I'm glad that you're being a good listener, Michael.
Jack says, all right. That's just good. Damn, I'm an amazing listener.
We got a little spicy jalapeno over here.
All right.
That's me. I'm the spicy jalapeno.
All right. That's
me.
what's up. A whole lot of red. That's what's up. All right.
Yeah. This whole shirt thing is still tripping. Okay, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, like right before you came on, the first thing Ari says, "Oh my God, we got the same shirt," and then you literally come on like right after, like, "Oh my God."
And then after that, it wasn't cool anymore. So.
You mean it finally arrived at coolness? If that's what you mean, I can agree with that. Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Because in fall, which Libra starts, that's when leaves colors change. And that's the prettiest time of year, and everyone agrees with it unanimously? Right. So, I'm glad you agree. Hey, you don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that. What does Sagittarius do again? Oh, yeah, you end the fall. Oh.
Hey, we start where the galactic center begins.
Galactic center. Okay. I don't have a good comeback for that one. That's actually pretty good.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Brittany's birthday is actually on the galactic center. So
oh, my God.
What?
She's magical. She's an alien.
Right.
Thank you, Lucid Mystic. Fall for the win.
Heidi, we have awakening for you. This is pretty lit. You're not. This comes with a new connection to spirit and balance, right? But this is a rebirth. I like how it was interpreted before. This is first rebirth for you, and then you're going to take your experience and just hijack people's awakening so that they awaken fully and not just halfway, which is awesome.
Not just the tip.
Not just the tip.
Classic Ari.
Oh my god. Yes. Wow.
Speaking of which, we have the Six of Wands here, which is Ari, Sagittarius. Sagittarius literally here on the card. Ari's a bear.
Oh my god.
Okay, but as for the message itself, that's Ari with the six-pack and the bear face. Classic. But on a serious note, you're about to be incredibly victorious. And it's really funny. You were just talking about hijacking the awakening. And it's like very clear that there's a career element to this as well. It's almost like you're about to step into this connection between your most sort of thoughtful self and your most primal self. For some reason, those two things coming together very synergistically feels really powerful. So definitely get as much nature energy as possible, especially like mountains.
Nature.
Yeah, like letting that energy flow. It just feels really powerful right now, and use that Sagittarian energy all the way.
Doesn't have a private part.
What?
The bear.
I don't know. What does that mean about you, Ari?
Ooh.
Is it a girl bear? I never really realized. Yeah. Sorry, Ari. I don't know what you wanted. I don't know. Like, did you want my card to have a penis, like, just hanging out here?
A big one.
Six of Wands.
Like.
Okay.
Classic art. It's like he's shooting a bow and arrow. It's like he's shooting a bow and arrow, and it's like, that's not an arrow, Ari.
Yeah.
Not an arrow, Ari.
Shit. All right.
Hey.
You gotta sober up, Ari. You gotta sober up right now. You gotta bring your A game, Ari.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm fucking crying.
Yeah. Someone has to.
All right. Here's your card that I pulled, the Six of Summer. This is the equivalent of the Six of Cups. So it feels like there is definitely transformative energy coming in the way of like helpful people that remind you of people of the past. Something new, something like very like whimsical, very like childlike inner child work and healing is going to happen with this person. Okay, it feels like there's a kindred spirit connection. It also feels like it's like leading into a romantic affiliation. There's going to be just different things that are going to happen with this person that is going to just make things better. You know, things are going to just feel much lighter, much better, more harmonious, more like, I would say, dreamy like. Okay. So I feel like there's Pisces energy behind this, like big time. So this is definitely a reality that you've been wanting for a very long time, and it's definitely attainable with this person coming in. All right, so that's what I have for you.
Yeah. Ta-da! We're all done. I don't know what you guys are waiting on me for.
You're the one that has a list of names.
Oh, that was the last person. I never said that. That's right. Okay, in my brain, I knew it was the last person, but you guys didn't. That's
perfect timing.
Because it's literally 4:58.
All right.
Well, I'm working on.
Nice.
Congratulations, guys. That was awesome.
You did great.
Yes, we
guys
did.
Hung in there with
This is the penis thing earlier, the hung, and yeah, this is very good.
Sorry.
Very clever, very clever. Sorry, anyways, go on, Michael, go on.
Mike is like the only one that's like, this is not funny, you guys.
Processing laughter emotion. And it's funny because Gemini's like the only one more robotic than me, so I'm like picking on Gemini over here, but in reality, like I'm more robotic than the other like 10 senses of it.
Oh my god. We're gonna end this here on a good note. You guys stay blessed as always. All right. Peace
Love
out.
you guys. Have a
Blessed.
good rest of your week.